Oh, it's on. Okay, this is an interesting spot right here. Behind me is the lava fields for the volcano wilderness. And I'm right at the very northwestern tip of the fields. In fact, you can see it right here. This rock right here, and the beautiful lichens on it represent the very edge. What's that? Oh, it's some of that tuft. That's the very edge of the volcano wilderness. And you can see up here is a large sill of volcanic lava. I think sill is the right word. Sticking up. And it intrudes in upon some other type of desert proper. Beautiful lichens on it. And I'm about to go around the corner and up along that edge and into the volcano wilderness. So off we go. See ya. Hey there. So I'm just resisting the urge to panic a little bit, and I thought this would be a nice chance to talk about temperance. So I'm about 2 hours into the wilderness here. Not really very far. I prefer to go much further when I can, but I'm at a point that I've been to before. I know this area. This is my third time to this particular little, I wanted to call it a gutter almost. It's a gutter between a volcanic volcanic area here, and this is something, another volcanic something called tuft, which is from the ash. This is ash flow right up there. And the reason I'm panicking a little bit is that I misjudged it a little bit today. It's only like 9 o'clock, but already the temperature's pretty high, and I'm feeling it. Just in the 2 hours that I'm in the shade right now, a little bit of shade right here, but the 2 hours that it took me to get here was over open desert. There's some of that tuft. It forms these little shelf-like things. Like, where do you go? And I know I have to go back, and it really took it a lot out of me just to get here. Really wiped me out, and so I'm a little worried about going back, especially lingering here very long, because I just don't feel good anymore. You know, my it must be my age or something. Someone suggested it might be testosterone. It could be. You know, I had a checkup recently, a general physical exam. Everything came out good. Blood work came out good. I just may be overdoing it. Beautiful rock wall here. And as soon as I got here, and I realized that my head was just bathed in sweat, and that I wasn't good, and that the sun is just going to continue to rise sharper and higher, and the temperature is going to rise, and that's when it gets tricky. I've got lots of water, but I could bathe myself in water during the walk back and be fine. But my goal was to go much further. I wanted to go up and over this thing, or up to the top, and then down into the volcano wilderness, but I don't think I should. It's just pushing it. So I decided to stop and just sit for a little bit. But the interesting thing was the opportunity to exercise temperance. Temperance, as I like to describe it, is the measured consumption of everything. You know, like I say in my meditation videos, my good life meditation, food, drink. Oh, look at this. As you can see, there's some of that tuft. See the nice, it's like almost like sediment layers here. And here you can see that there's been a flash flood through here because it's left these little dried mud. So there's definitely been a flood through here. And this is funny because the drainage on this is not very high. It doesn't go far. But I also consider temperance with regard to the consumption of emotions. You know, instead of gobbling down on an entire cake or an entire six-pack of beer, just have a small slice of cake and maybe 1 or 2 bottles of beer. Likewise, our emotions. Instead of when I feel the anxiety rising that I'm in a dangerous situation, I could just turn around, bolt back to the car, and I'd probably make it. I know I'll be fine, but that's the thing. I don't want to go too far into the red zone. But instead, I said, okay, stop, Kurt. Unpack your stuff, put it in the shade there, rest a little bit. Walk around, look at the rocks. This is an interesting place. I could spend a whole day here alone. I may spend some time here, maybe an hour. check out what that is up there. I see some interesting marks on the rocks right there. Lots and lots to explore right in this little gutter gully. I wonder what that is. But anyway, told myself, don't panic in this situation. Just, nibble the emotion a little bit. It's ridiculous. That rising panic. And then settle down. Settle down first. Nibble the emotion. Assess its relative merit. Am I really in a dangerous situation? Probably not. The temperature's probably not going to rise above 80 today. But still, it's the thing of being exposed and stupid like I am, not wearing anything. That's because I forgot my hat. So I have to wear my shirt instead of my hat. so the rest of my body has to be exposed. And that's a danger. You shouldn't go exposed like that. You should bring a hat. So I brought a lot of water but forgot my hat. And then settle down and come up with a plan. And then execute that plan. It's good, judicious use of temperance. So now I'll sign off for now and wander around a little bit here, look around the rocks, and head on back down. Take care. In the desert, clearly the deep desert's got to wait another couple weeks for the temperature to go down and for me to remember to bring my hat. See you later. So I was thinking about something here. I was walking through the desert and I ran across a bone right here. It's very large. Have a look. See if we can get in there better. Give you some idea of scale. Looks like an arm or a leg bone or something. There's another piece over there too. I think it's too big to be one of us. But what was particularly interesting was the way that you can see that it's definitely decaying away. When you think of bones out in the desert as lasting for a long, long time, or anywhere for that matter, but look down here. You can definitely see the bits and pieces focused. Bits and pieces falling away, on their way back to being dust, as the story goes, as the saying goes. So whatever it was that lived here and had all these curves and indentations and the length and breadth and strength of this bone, organized by a genetic code, serve it for however long its lifetime was, that's gone. That animal is completely absorbed back into this environment here. And all that remains are some scattered fragments. It's kind of a whimsical thought. There's another bit over there. I'll look around, see if I can find more. Kind of like that last time I was out here. I found that remains of that bird. Maybe there's more around here. I'll look around. Thanks for watching. Just a little bit of thoughts that it causes as to ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Once we are, and once we are, soon will be not. Okay, take care. Okay, I started my search around, and I just out of curiosity, I usually don't touch anything out here, I just leave stuff alone, but I was curious to see just how big this bone was, and it's a little disconcerting. Check this out. So here it is, and I think this is what do you call it, a femur, because here's the socket part that would fit into the, right into the, the hip joint. But look at this, I wonder if I can do this. If I put that there and there, let me turn this camera up so I can see what I'm doing here. That's, I don't know if I'm doing the camera over just, that's a perfect fit. I think. I don't know exactly how far up that goes. But take a look at that. I can't really see with the camera, so pardon me if I'm doing a bad camera angle. But that's a darn good fit. I wonder if this is a human bone. I once talked to a police officer who said that if all the corpses that are dumped out in the desert out here could stand up at once, that the desert would be littered with people standing up. Now this is a suspect place. If someone was to dump a body, this is within dragging distance or hauling distance of the place where I parked my car. I'm going to do a little bit of a search around here. This is kind of suspicious. Let's go look and see. I don't know what one that would be. So that was a false alarm. I, using temperance again to temper the emotions, I looked it up on Google, human femur, and checked the, what do you call it? What's the word for it? Is it morphology? Checked the physiognomy? Wasn't that the science of checking the cranium? Anyway, I checked the topography. I checked the bone structure, and our human femurs have different bits and pieces, different shape. So something else, but I can't imagine what it is, because the only big things that live out in those mountains are sheep. It could be a sheep, but I would think that a sheep would be, shorter. Who knows? Okay, well, false alarm. Off we go back to heading home. See ya.